this is going to be a really quick update just to let you know that they're here, safe, and how it went. Just quickly, we arrived last Wednesday at the hospital at 7:30 in the morning. We spoke to midwives and the consultant, and we was first on the list for the operation. They checked the baby's hearts, and then we walked straight to the operating room. I sat on the bed and they done the spinal block, which didn't work the first time. And they was asking me, can I lift my left leg? I was like, yep. Can you lift your right leg? Are you feeling any tingling going down like your back into your bum? I was like, nope. So they done it again and it worked, luckily. And then there's a lot of pressure, like it feels like someone's like they put the sheet up, and then they just start. I didn't even know they'd started. And then you feel like a lot of like pressure. It felt like someone was standing on me, like trampling on me, and you can't breathe, but it's not painful. It's a really weird sensation. And then at 9:23, we heard a little cry, and our daughter Maisie was born. And then she was rushed over, and they cleaned her up, and Aaron, my husband, cut the cord. And exactly a minute later, at 9:24, our son was born, Wesley. And then they took him over, and my husband cut his cord. Maisie Helen Ann, weighed £6.10, and Wesley Ray Malcolm weighed £6.5, so there was 5 ounces between them, which was a bit of a shock because the whole way through, well, most of my scans said that she was the small one, but they were perfect. They both were healthy, breathing fine. Everything was perfect. After the operation, they take you to a recovery room for about half an hour, and just check my blood pressure and asked how I was feeding. I was planning on bottle feeding, but I wanted to express the colostrum, because that's got immunisation and lots of goodness in it. So we tried to latch them. Neither of them wanted to even try and latch. So they looked, and they were both tongue tied. Oh no, baby! Oh, baby! Oh dear. Oh dear. Both staring now. And then everything was fine, so we was carted off to our room. I was pretty much bed bound for the first day. They did get me up, let me have a shower later in the day. And I just sat on a chair and showered myself. And then the second day I was up and moving around a bit more. They took out the catheter. I was going to the toilet on my own. And then the third day we was let home. So we've been home since last Friday, and everything's been fine. She drinks a lot of milk. She does about 100, well, anywhere between 60 to 120 mils of milk every 4ish hours. He has a lot less. He anywhere between 30, occasionally we'll get 60 down him. But both of them are doing absolutely perfect. I'll try and show you them. Bless you. So this is Wesley and Maisie. So that was a week. That video was a week after they were born. It's now 4 weeks after their birth, and I still haven't managed to upload it. So I'm going to include it on this video, which is my month update video. As you can imagine, by the fact that I haven't uploaded the birth video yet, that it's been full on for the last 4 weeks. They are both doing really well. They're both gaining weight and drinking lots of milk. I'll show you them now. Excuse the mess of my front room. So this is Maisie. She likes to be on the front. They're both nearly due a feed, so this is Wesley. They're completely different temperaments. He is so laid back. He'll cry for his milk, and you won't hear from him again. Maisie is a proper girl and she likes to be heard. When she wants her milk, you know about it. There's no build up. It's literally, I'm starving now, I need it now. They're both doing really well. She's still slightly bigger than him. I'm supposed to get him weighed tomorrow, so we'll find out. I'll find out more tomorrow. But 2 weeks ago, she was £7.2 and he was £6.10. He's a lot bigger than her, lengthwise, but she's a lot chunkier. She's like her mummy. It amazes me how completely different they are. To look at them, there's hardly anything look-wise in common. He's completely like my husband's side of the family, and she's like my side of the family. They are both drinking every 3 to 4 hours, although the last week we've struggled a little bit with wind, and I was giving her Infocol for a few days, and it still wasn't bringing her wind up, so I doubled the dose every feed, but she still wouldn't bring her wind up and was crying with trapped wind. So I said to my husband, I'm not going to bother messing around with this stuff now. I'm literally just going to stop and just try and wind her normal. And she's been fine, but you have to kind of leave her on your shoulder. She won't sit on your knee, whereas he will only wind on your knee. So that's just one of them things. Yes, they're feeding every 3 to 4 hours, 6-ounce bottles of milk. So both of them are feeding really well well, they were early, they were full term in term wise, but I still class them as early because my son was 2 weeks late, so he was pretty much 4 weeks. He was born 4 weeks after they was. Yeah, so I'm pretty much doing a lot of the night feeds on my own, even though my husband does tell me off because I don't wake him up to help me. But I feel like because he goes to work, he needs to sleep in the night. So I try and do all the night feeds. I generally, if she wakes up for a feed, then I wake Wesley up. And I've got like a V-shaped pillow, which I put in front of me, and I lay them both on that, and I put bottles in both of their mouths. So they have to both kind of feed at the same time, or I'll be up every 2 hours, which happened one night, and I will not be doing that again, especially with a toddler. Well, not a toddler really, he's a bit older than that. He's 3 in December, but it's a lot harder work than just with your first child. So they, in the daytime, they both are quite alert in the daytime, quite a lot. He's really alert. Wesley will sit there, you'll feed him and he'll sit in his bouncer and he'll just be looking around for ages. She's just started doing that. It's only just recently that she's started being really alert. Her neck is really strong. When I do tummy time with them, she'll literally look around with her neck in the air, whereas he's still a bit more, needs a bit more support. I'm using the Tommee Tippee Perfect Prep, I think it's called, which makes their milk, which is brilliant. Honestly, if I didn't have that, then it literally makes the milk at the right temperature within 2 minutes. So when you're doing 2 bottles in the middle of the night, it's a lot easier to do it with that. That's, I think, it with the babies. The recovery period for me, for the first 2 weeks, I was in a lot of pain, couldn't really move. My husband done pretty much all the housework, which was great. Couldn't drive, which was hard work because my husband doesn't drive, so was kind of relying on other people to take us shopping and stuff like that. After about 2 weeks, I started feeling a lot better. My scar healed up perfectly. You wouldn't even know that I'd only given birth 2 weeks ago, so that was really good. So my tummy still now feels slightly bruised, but that's about it pain-wise. I mean, I can do everything. I'm driving and stuff like that, just short distances. But everything seems to be perfectly fine.